everyone. Welcome back to another episode of ResearchWorks podcast. I hope you have enjoyed our entire EACD series of Galway Ireland 2026. We just had the most wonderful conversations with some pretty incredible people, and we're not quite done yet. As part of our conference series, we really want to talk about the next conference that we're really excited to go to as well. And whilst I was here in Galway, I bumped into the first vice president of the AACPDM, who was going to be the president very soon, Kristie Bjornson. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be part of ResearchWorks. This is very exciting, and I'm very excited to share with you what we've got planned for Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm so glad we could connect here in person to actually think about what it's going to look like at the next conference. And it's always, different location, different kind of conference. There's always different themes, and it's so good just to know what's going to be happening. Before we get into the ins and outs of this conference, though, I did warn you that I'll probably fangirl over you a little bit. I must admit, as a physiotherapist or physical therapist, your work has been very significant in shaping what a lot of us do, actually. And you're in the US, I'm in Australia, and the work does get its way over. And it's really exciting seeing the things you've been doing. And I thought it might be really nice for everyone to get a bit of a background about who you are. Do you mind telling everyone about some of the work that you're doing, work you're about to do? I mean, you just shared that. That was pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. For the last probably 6 to 7 years through COVID, I've been lucky enough to work with a research team that's been looking at tools in the toolbox to help children walk better, walk faster. One of those has been with Dr. Noelle Moreau, who I know you've interviewed before.
Yeah.
And we were able to publish that just recently. Very exciting to get that published and out. We were looking at power training and strength training combined with treadmill training. So that was very exciting in adolescents with cerebral palsy. Has some nice results both in the lab, in the clinic, but also information that tells us how the kids are doing in daily life. So that's been very exciting. Another project that Noelle and I have been working on is home-based treadmill training, where we actually brought the treadmill and the therapist to the family home.
Oh, wow.
And then 5 days a week, for 8 weeks, the children had a therapist coming in doing a treadmill session with them. And half the children had traditional treadmill training, which would be steady state.
Sure, yes.
And between sessions, and then increasing between sessions. And then half the children had short burst interval treadmill training. And it's very exciting. We're analyzing that data. We've submitted that to the Academy. And I'm excited to say that we'll be presenting it publicly for the first time in Philly in September.
Okay, wonderful. I love the work that you do, and I love now that you are so involved in the upcoming conference. So it's a pretty significant conference, isn't it? It's the 80th, and it's going to be in Philadelphia. There's quite a few significant features about that.
Exactly. Our organization started back in 1956 with 4 physicians got together, and I believe they actually met in Chicago. And they felt there was a need to bring people together who cared for children. At the time, it was just cerebral palsy.
Wow.
But now, of course, we brought into all childhood onset disabilities. So during our event, before up to the event, we've been highlighting some of our seasoned masters, the people who came before us. So we've interviewed them on our own podcast as well.
I've seen that.
But we're going to have a couple sessions at the Academy meeting where we have one session where we're going to look back at where we came from, what was in our toolbox in 1960.
Oh my goodness.
We've interviewed some of our members of the community with cerebral palsy, and then they've been very excited to share with us what their lived experience was as a child with cerebral palsy in 1962.
Wow.
And then compare it to what happened and what was available and was state of the art during the 70s, the 90s, into the 2000s.
My goodness.
So we're very excited. That panel is going to be lovely. It's going to be a nice balance of people who are going to share their lived experience as well as our professionals thinking about what were the tools in the toolbox that were helping children and families along the road.
Wow, what a way to reflect on how far we've come.
Yes.
And where our profession is at the moment. And, here being at this conference, we're talking about the F words, and there are concepts now that are just woven into everything that we do. And it almost, you just move with the times, don't you? And it's fabulous to know where we've come from. So this conference that's in Philly, the 80th conference of AACPDM, what are some of the features of this conference that you are really excited about?
Oh, that's a great question. I think there's a number of opportunities for educational offerings in different packages.
Great.
So on the very first day, the pre-conference on Sunday, you can take a number of we have 9 different pre-conference courses of differing lengths. They can be as short as an hour and 45 minutes. So you could do 4 of those, 4 different topics. Or you could do a full day, which would be 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the afternoon. We have a lot of variety of topics for the pre-conference this year. Everything from thinking about how we care nutritionally for persons with cerebral palsy, not just malnourishment, but also thinking about the other end of the spectrum for obesity. The same kind of challenges we have with children with childhood onset disabilities we see from the general public health, right? We also have a group that's doing technology and how we integrate that with rehab.
Oh, fantastic.
We also have a group that's going to have an experiential kind of experience where you can hop on an adapted trike or an adapted scooter and you get to cruise around the event center and actually try out some of the adaptive sports pieces that we have as well.
That's fantastic. What a great range. I love that you've got the different lengths as well. So you can decide to, depends where you are in your career potentially. You want to explore and be wide ranging. You could try to do lots of things, or there's a topic you really want to get into. You can just really delve into it.
Exactly. You could spend the whole day. And I think it's very interesting, those options of the different lengths. When I think about clinicians who are up and moving around all during their clinical day. We're not, for myself, if I put my clinical hat on, to be honest, sitting for 4 hours is probably not the best way for my brain to absorb. But it gives an opportunity to dabble in many things or take a deep dive into something, as you said.
I love that. And I think it's often when we talk about pre-conference workshops, they sound like this add-on, but it's actually a really great part of the conference where if you want practical training and learning, not like listening to new research come out, is amazing, but actually the learning of the ins and outs of things, these are what the pre-conference workshops do.
Totally. Particularly the nutrition courses, they're going to actually talk about how do we collect anthropometric information from children with cerebral palsy. Everybody's going to get a caliper. They're going to practice. It's a hands-on kind of experience.
Fantastic. That's really good. And what about the speakers for the conference? Do we know who's been lined up for that already?
That's a great question. We actually know that our basic science lecture will start us out on Monday morning, and then we'll also have some people speaking Tuesday all the way through Wednesday. So our basic science speaker is Dr. Dan Doherty, PhD, MD. He's actually a colleague of mine at the University of Washington in Seattle. His interest is about imaging of normal and abnormal hindbrain. In other words, the cerebellum.
Wow.
That's very much his specialty. So he's going to highlight structural differences in malformations and then how that expresses phenotypically, clinically, as well as he's been engaged in the Joubert syndrome family group, who have been very active in the work that he's been doing that's been funded by our federal government. So he's going to talk about some of the genetic type, phenotype, and what do we have in our pockets for tools to help those children move and have better balance.
It's brilliant. I don't think I've ever been to a talk like that before.
And then we're also that morning on Monday, we're going to have another lecture led by a team of international investigators around the world looking at malnutrition and how do we manage the nutritional health of children with childhood onset disabilities. That will be led by Dr. Rich Stevenson from UVA. And then let's see, moving on to Tuesday, we have the opportunity cutting edge. We have Sam Habib, who is a young person, a young adult with cerebral palsy. He was just awarded last week an Emmy for a movie that he created called The Disability Roadmap.
Wow.
So he and his father together directed and wrote and created this movie called The Disability Roadmap. He is going to be one of our keynote speakers.
Wow.
And what is really exciting about Sam is that Sam is actually someone who converses with an augmentative communication device.
That is brilliant.
So I'm very excited to have that that experience for all of us to enjoy. So
fantastic.
He's going to talk about the movie. He's going to talk about his lived experience.
Wonderful.
He also has a rare genetic diagnosis as well, which is something that has been fairly new in the world of childhood disability, is that there are often children now with what we're learning genetically that have a dual diagnosis. They have a rare genetic diagnosis that might be a number of letters and numbers, but they've been treated for years under the umbrella of having cerebral palsy.
Right? That's involving,
So that adds a different level of complexity as well as understanding for the families. And he's going to share what that's like. He got his diagnosis later in adolescence. So he wasn't diagnosed until like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
So this will be interesting.
That'd be really interesting to hear his perspective on that.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes.
Gosh.
And then the last day of the conference, we have the Chambers Family Lecture that is supported by the Hank Chambers, Jill and Hank Chambers family. And the focus is for that lecture has been around transition, adulthood care.
Oh, brilliant.
Right?
Brilliant.
For persons who they all grow up to be adults.
Yes,
right?
that's right. They do.
We have the luck this year of having Patience White, an MD, PhD again, who has spent most of her career developing all the processes to support both fiscally and emotionally and care-wise transition from pediatric care to adult care within the United States health care system.
Amazing.
So she'll be speaking to us. She'll be finishing up with our last session on Wednesday. So we're very excited.
What a way to lead the conference with that kind of messaging as well, because you're right. That's the whole point, isn't it? Our children do grow up to be adults.
Yes.
And when we're thinking about the future, these are really integral things. And the why of what we do, which is all the teachings and learnings which will be in these sessions, is about setting them up. Now, you have some educational sessions throughout the conference as well. And how do people get into those? Do they need to pre-elect to go into them, or they can decide on the day, or how does that work?
Oh, that's a great question. So the education sessions are intermixed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning within the general sessions and or free paper sessions. So free paper sessions would be approximately 10 6-minute presentations of people's specific research. The authors and the research teams have submitted an abstract, and it's been reviewed by a scientific review committee, scored and found to be of merit.
Great.
And so we're very excited. We had over 600 abstracts submitted this year, which was a bit of a load.
I was going to say.
But I must say it's a great problem to have.
Isn't it? That much research being done. That's fabulous.
So we have, we're excited to say we have a really broad international group of authors presenting. They're coming. I think we have a representation from about just every continent.
That's amazing.
North and South Hemisphere as well. So we're very excited about those. We have at least 4 sessions that are on orthopedics.
Wonderful.
We had a lot of submissions across the world from orthopedics. We also have some work around genetics.
Great.
We have a lot about the F words.
Great.
And how we can convert what we're doing clinically to the P word, or to participation, or fun and family.
Exactly. That lens and having that approach, isn't it?
Exactly. So you asked about the ed sessions. The ed sessions, like I said, were intermixed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They're all 60 minutes long. And so when you go on to our website to register to come to the conference, you'll have an opportunity to read on our preliminary program what each of the ed sessions is about. There's a short blurb describing it, as also all the objectives are listed as well.
Okay, great.
So you can go through and pick which of those you want to sign up for.
Right.
Those are really fun because they're usually generally smaller groups. And it's an opportunity to actually ask questions of the people whose names you've read in the manuscripts that you've either referenced, or you get an opportunity to actually ask a personal question to somebody like Dr. Moreau, for example. It would be an opportunity to ask her those kinds of questions. So we have lots of great topics for the ed sessions this year as well.
Sounds fabulous. And the location, Philadelphia. Tell us about Philly.
Okay, it's Philly. Well, it's on the East Coast of the United States. It's one of our major cities on the East Coast. But what it's important for even this year is very exciting. It's the 250th anniversary of the signing of our Declaration of Independence.
That's amazing.
So it's a big year for the United States, besides 80th year for our Academy. Philly, it's very vibrant, has lots of different neighborhoods that are known for different things. If you ever watched the Rocky movies,
of course,
you'll see Rocky running up the steps like this.
Yep.
So I think that's emblematic of example of the kind of passion of our patients and the families we get to work with, as well as the passion of the people that work with them professionally. It's also known as the city of brotherly love because Benjamin Franklin was there when they were writing the Declaration of Independence. There's a big symbol that says the love symbol that comes from the 70s. That's also an icon that you'll see in Philly.
Okay.
Philly is also known for food. So we have Philly cheesesteak. There's a freeze type of smoothie that's very well known. They're known for their pretzels. And
pretzels.
Yes, pretzels.
Okay, good to
Very
know.
different kinds of dipping sauce. So you'll have to try that.
Right. Okay, good to note.
And then a little extra teaser. We're locating the meeting at the Marriott, and it's right across the street from their huge public market called Reading Market.
Right.
So you have an opportunity literally across the street to run out to get a coffee.
I'm sold. That's it.
For lunch.
Oh,
you can, meet there for dinner, whatever. It'll be quite entertaining.
Location. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time since I've been to the US, and when you talk about Philly, I think of National Treasure. I love that movie. And Liberty Bell. Yeah. So there's a lot of history in Philly, isn't there?
Exactly.
And the Liberty Bell is something that we can go and take a look at. Is it close by?
Yes, that's a great question. Yes. So one of our social events will be on Tuesday evening. It'll be our networking event, and it's going to be held at Independence Hall. Right. Which is about 15 minutes away. We're going to be providing transportation to everybody as you want it. Or you could walk. I would walk during the daytime hours. You may not want to walk home at night. Okay. But it's literally across the street from the Liberty Bell. Amazing. So you can go and see the true Liberty Bell, the original Liberty Bell, and with its little crack in it as well as there's the museum that carries all the information, the documents from our founding fathers from the United States.
Look, I've seen that all in the movie. I can't wait to see that in real life.
It'll be fun. And bring your dancing shoes. We'll have music and dancing and lots of opportunity to taste some of Philly's famous food that night as well.
I love that so much. Okay, so for people who want to register, how can they do it? Are there some key deadlines, or not deadlines, key dates, I suppose, of when they need to register by?
Whether you're a member or not, there's an early bird registration deadline, which is the last day of June.
Okay, great.
That will be a significant discount. Also, I would encourage people who are not members to take a look at the cost differential between becoming a member and how much you might save by becoming a member, as well as all the other benefits of membership. Access to some of our content is available virtually for purchase or free if you've paid the registration afterwards, so you could share it or learn more from sessions that you don't make it to.
Yeah.
The other part of that is we have opportunities for other continuing edge courses. Like we just did a muscle basic science and function workshop last Friday that was videotaped. And now it's on demand, so you could take that. If you live in a part of the world where it's hard to get out and get your continuing ed credits, we hope that's a benefit of membership that our colleagues around the world will take part in.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. So final question for you. I know you're intimately involved in all aspects of the conference. It's all encompassing, isn't it? Organizing a conference.
It is a bit, yes.
What are you most excited about, and your final message for people if they're thinking about registering?
I'm just excited about the opportunity to be in community. It's 80 years of science based on brotherly love and community. And our community is made up of, obviously, the children and the families that we have the opportunity to work with, as well as our colleagues, which are multidisciplinary, from educators to PE coaches to physios to OTs to physicians to surgeons. I will personally say this has been my home organization. And it's like coming home to my family when I come. Right. So I hope other people get an opportunity to come and experience that community and develop their community as well. That's what I'm excited about.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us about some of the insights of the American Academy, 80th year, 250. Oh my goodness, it's all happening.
It's all happening.
It's all happening. So look, we'll put a link for the registration for you on our website and our link as well, and the early bird's always something worth looking at, but it sounds pretty exciting. And the food, thank you for talking to us about the food as well. Food is a common topic on this podcast.
Well, you know, when you come together to break bread, so to speak, that's part of the community.
Yeah,
totally.
So good. One last question, sorry. I've asked everyone who's been at this conference so far, because the theme has been F words, and I'd love to hear what you say as well. What would your advice be, Kristie, for clinicians to implement more of the F words into their practice?
In the trenches, seeing patients every day, I would say probably fun. Fun. Whether it's in a therapy session or out playing in a team sport or an individual sport, fun with family. Fun means future, looking forward to, whether you are participating or you're a observer. Like my home community is Seattle, Washington. It's one of the sites of the World Cup. So we have a lot of, we have a cerebral palsy, U.S. cerebral palsy team. Yeah. And there's lots of teams coming around the world to get together to compete. Amazing. So I would say fun.
Fun. I love it.
Yes.
Fun is definitely my main word, I'd say. It's my favorite. If I had to pick one, fun is the key. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Kristie. And thank you to everyone who's been listening. We hope you've really enjoyed this conference series, and there's a lot to look forward to. Our field is constantly evolving. It's constantly moving forward. But in this particular conference, there's an opportunity to look back as well, to see how far we've come as a profession and what we need to do to keep going forward. So thank you so much for joining us. I'll talk to you all again really soon. Bye.